This video is powered by the pros at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPascal.com.
Just a really good job by our pitching staff today to eat up a lot of innings there. A lot of those guys are bullpen type guys, and maybe gets us a chance to get back on track with our pitching. And Zack Morris was a story, 5+ innings, I think 80 some pitches, and gave up a run. And just a super job by Zack. And then Will coming in and just throwing nothing but strikes. He gave up 1 home run. They had a couple balls hard, obviously, but he also got them out front a lot, and we had some quick innings. Offensively, we struggled a little bit. We looked a little rusty to me. We haven't played in a while. Practices have been very, very average because of the weather. Hadn't been on a real baseball field, honestly, until today when we walked in here, and I felt like we started taking better at bats the second half. And I was just hoping that we could put together an inning. We were down, I think, 3 runs, and we had a catcher's interference, a walk in there, and then Jared got him a fastball in, and I'm sure he was hunting it after his previous at bat, and he got it, and he didn't miss it. So exciting way to end the game. Walk-off homer's about as good as it gets, and just proud of the guys for hanging in there.
All right, we'll take questions first for the student athletes on the far left.
Diggs, can you take us through your walk-off, and then Wegner, can you take us through what would have been the go-ahead home run there in the 7th?
For me, going up there, I didn't want to, jump on something that really wasn't over the plate. Wanted to make him come to me, and he did with that first pitch fastball. Next 2 were really good pitches, probably maybe a ball down. So 2-1 count. I knew he was going to challenge me with something, just trying to get the head out, and it was good.
And then with my grand slam, the previous 2 at-bats, I was kind of late on a lot of fastballs, and they were attacking me with fastballs. And they brought in Garcia, who is, has velo, and was kind of hunting a fastball middle in, and got it right away, got it off on that first pitch.
Okay, in the front row, in the middle.
Dylan Stewart with Arkansas Traveler. Kendall, you found yourself saving the day once again. Do you do anything to prepare for these clutch scenarios?
No, not in particular. I think our team as a whole, we're just playing for each other. We all want to win. It's a really selfless group of guys, so I'm just doing whatever I can to help the team win.
All right, in the front row.
Yeah, and maybe it's some for each guy. I guess, Kendall, Jim Schlossnick was just here talking about he's seen you on TV and what a clutch player you are, and I know you've hit a lot of big home runs. What do you think makes you such a clutch guy?
Like I just said, I think it's more just doing what I can for the team. And it's also like you're put in a situation, it's now or never, and I think, subconsciously you might lock in a little bit more in those moments, or what you need to do and what you want to do. And I've been blessed to be put in those situations, and I take any of our guys in those situations as well.
And then Jared, I know it's not easy coming back at Vandy when you've been off for a while. I think you've been hit 3 times, including today, and 1 for 11. But how good did it feel to hit that slam? Do you feel kind of like you're back on track now?
Yeah. I mean, coming back off the injury, it's been a struggle, kind of get my timing down. After that swing, I feel confident. So,
Zach, I don't want you to fall asleep down there. What was working for you today, and what do you think made you so effective today?
I'd say a little bit of everything was. All 4 of my pitches were working, especially the fastball, the split, and the curveball were all good earlier in the game, and I kind of found my slider towards the end. So I thought I mixed really well today. I mean, I made a few mistakes, and they kind of those pitches paid. So I just felt like all of them, I started to find the groove with each of the 4.
And for Kendall and Jerry, I guess you guys are playing LSU tomorrow. I guess you all took 1 of 3 down in Baton Rouge. What are your thoughts about playing LSU tomorrow?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be super fun. We're really fun. I think it's gonna be a great game. They have an amazing team, so it's gonna be a battle. But just looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think I'm excited to play them. Get a chance to go after those guys. So they're a really solid club, and I'm just excited for the challenge.
All right, one more for the student athletes in the front.
And maybe this could be for any of y'all that want to take it, or if y'all want to take it, whatever. You guys are down. I think it was 4-0. You come back and take the lead. Then they hit, like home run to tie it. That could have been pretty crushing for a lot of teams. You guys have been pretty resilient through all the injuries. What do you think's been the key? What was the key today, and kind of what's been the key to that all season?
Yeah, you mentioned the injuries. We've been every team takes punches all year round, but a lot of guys, that we know they'd kill to be out there, and we're blessed to be able to go out there and play every single day. So we're putting them on our back. We're playing for each other, and I think that's the the core to all of it. So.
I think it just kind of comes down to how close this team is. We're a tight knit group, and when our backs are against the wall, guys step up, guys keep cheering on for each other, and that's been awesome to be a part of.
All right, we'll excuse the student athletes now and have questions for Coach after this. Kendall, Jared, Zach, thank you. Congratulations. All right, we have questions for Coach. Start over here in the center.
Dylan Stewart with Arkansas Traveler. Coach, Zack Morris really stretched for you today. How much of a help is that going to be going forward? And it was a season-long stretch, I believe.
Well, he got off to a slow start this season, and we tried to stick with him. He kept working. He wanted us to know earlier in the season, don't give up on me. I've been there before. I want to do anything I can to help the team. And it seemed like right after that we gave him the ball, and he had a pretty good outing, and he's just gotten better and better. And so we have a lot of confidence in him. We thought he could hold him down a little bit, give us a couple innings, and see if we could get within a couple. And next thing you know, we had the lead. And going forward, it's big having that veteran lefty in the pen that knows how to pitch.
On the far left.
I have two, if that's okay. Obviously, you talked about the home run. You said it's like the most exciting way to win with a walk-off. Can you just take us through your emotions during that at-bat?
So I had just made the comment to the guys, let's get 3 singles in a row and get out of here. And I guess they didn't take my advice, decided to hit a homer. It was great. When it left the bat, I thought there's a double. Uh-oh, it might go. That's kind of what I was thinking. So I was actually begging it to get out of the park. We were running out of players. We didn't want to use any more pitching. I mean, you think about it, first game of a tournament, and we've already played 11 innings, and so we all were ready to go, and I was super excited to see that ball disappear.
And then obviously you have LSU tomorrow. Just early thoughts on them, especially from where they were when you played them into where they are now.
Well, I mean, they were really good when we played them, and I think they're really good now. I think that they're as talented as any team in the country, and they're dangerous. They're very offensive. I imagine they'll throw Skeens tomorrow. I don't know, but he's incredible. They've got a lot of good arms, and no lead is safe. If we have a lead, we know that we got to keep scoring. But they're obviously a really, really good team. Number one, pretty much 88, 85, 90% of the season, and I just think it'll be a good ball game. I think both teams are looking forward to playing each other.
In the front row.
Dave, Jim Schlossnagel was in here talking about, he's watched you guys play a lot on TV, and, Diggs is a real clutch player. But what do you think makes Kendall such a clutch hitter? He's obviously had a lot of big hits for you.
Well, I think he's a clutch hitter because I don't think he gets too uptight, and, he knows strike zone a little bit. And the biggest pitch of that at bat, besides the ball that left the yard, I mean, obviously he hit it, but the pitch before was a borderline strike. But he didn't like it, and he took it, and it was called a ball. He's up 2-1 in the count. And like he said, he knew he was going to get a good pitch to hit, and he got a fastball, and he got all over it. But I just think it's makeup a little bit, and he wants to be up there in that situation. I don't feel like he was going up there trying to hit a home run. He was trying to get on base, and he worked himself into a decent hitter's count, and he got something he could handle, and he hit it.
And then the resiliency this team showed today and really all season, what would be your thought on that today?
Yeah, I don't know if we've come behind a bunch this year, but we don't seem to get too uptight in the dugout. I just feel like that, there's a little bit of calmness about the team, but they're still fighting. You could hear them talking amongst each other, and kind of like I said earlier, they were saying things like, just find a way to get on base, just get a couple here, we'll beat them late. And it was already getting late. It was the 7th when all that went down. So I don't know if you could, all that we've been through this year, they don't get too uptight. They just kind of like, okay, well, that happened. Now let's go do this. And they do it.
In the 10th, you got you bunted the runners over. Did you think about pinch hitting there for Roland? And then, or was that called bunt, or did he do that on his own, or kind of what?
Yeah, I was definitely thinking about pinch hitting for Roland. Except my backup catcher was throwing up all night and this morning, and he's been on IV, and he said he could catch. So, it's just one thing after another. So that was a little bit of my issue. I did call the bunt, and we worked on it a lot. He wasn't supposed to bunt it to the third base side. I don't know if the ball ran away, got his bat wrong. He got it down, but he didn't bunt it the right way. So if I pinch hit for him, I got to bring in another catcher, and I get that. But if I pinch hit for him, then they're probably, then I don't know what they're going to do. We had runners at first and third, I think, at the time. I don't remember. I know we had a runner at second and third. So my thinking at the time was they're probably going to walk him if I bring up my best pinch hitter. And then, it gives Tavian a shot with one out. Also sets up a double play. So let's just bunt him in and go home. And it didn't happen. But luckily, we found a way to win.
All right, one more.
I might make it a two-parter, but Dave loves me. I covered him when he was a player. Wegner, I think he was 1 for 13 before that grand slam, and he got hit by pitches 3 times. And how good was it to see him, break out? And Josephburg hit the ball on the nail a couple of times. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like those two guys are starting to come around? Yeah,
I do. The other hit that Wegner has hit the top of the fence at Vandy. They hit the yellow and stayed in, and they also smoked the ball that third base made a great play on. And but he's had some bats where he didn't look the same, and it just looked like the last couple of days during batting practice, his swing started looking a little more normal. So I'm feeling a lot better about that, and Tavian feeling a lot better about him, barreling up some balls, and he'll battle you, usually take a walk. He didn't walk today, but he usually sees a lot of pitches, so that's a good sign.
Who is your third string catcher?
I don't really have a third string catcher. It's probably Holt, but he's playing for second base now.
Right.
So I asked a couple guys at practice the other day about emergency catcher, and we had him catch a little bullpen, but that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah, because if you catch him, who do you play at second?
Yeah, I'll find somebody.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe you could
BetOnline.ag is your #1 source for all your basketball info, stats, news, and scores. Get the latest odds and lines, including the latest player reports for this year's pro basketball playoffs. BetOnline is always your sports information headquarters this season, as we have you covered for all your sports wagering needs. Basketball, MLB, NHL hockey, right down to UFC and boxing. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way for you to get your betting info, including live betting options and your favorite casino and card games you can play right from your home. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to get in on the action. Be sure to use our promo code BELIEVE to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. That's BLEAV. BLEAV. Bet online, where the game starts.